Hello everyone, my name's FlareBlitzed and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Yuri! Share of Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Let's get on to this then. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. You're not worth my opinion. Yeah, that's what the point. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monika said. Well, a bit more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announce it to the world like you're all self-important. We're not. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. She just hates everyone. She treats everyone equally as bad. I can't figure out if there's a win or a loss that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monika will make me if I don't. Let's see. Things are the same as they was in the last time around. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated stuff and has to fill out every single fragment of the paper itself. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end and then I make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the theme in the last time. High CPU usage detected, I don't care. So you did? I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Next up is gonna be Monika. Let's see. Hi Flare, having a good time so far? Yeah, good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for a club like new activities or other things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in, sorry. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Flare, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's a sort of barrier, so we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. I like it, Flare. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll clean to you like a puppy. You didn't say this before. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down, like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescence growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Yes. So, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyways, how do you know that much about Natsuki anyway? Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident of someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Let's see, it's the same as last time. Are there any differences in it whatsoever? Swallow my fears, I'll brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. So, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style is getting pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time before words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming to Monika's TED Talk. Now it's Yuri's turn. Hello. You're going to pick up on the same thing, huh? You're going to say that there's a really common pattern with new writers. They try and make their points too forced out. A minute passed, more than enough time for her to finish her reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why'd you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. She's just overly cute like this. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most deliberate thing I recognise that new writers that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Express one's words so they can be spoken to properly. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different styles and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and by learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Exactly. Don't say something that you don't have any kind of add-on force. Anyways, well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Exactly. Don't talk about people behind their back like that. That's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri has apologized herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. She smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. Is this supposed to be a literature club? Nothing else to it than that. I'm sorry for such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all, but it took you a long time to read. So it means if we don't select it straight away, you think we're taking too long to read it? Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty, like a doctor's handwriting. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Flare. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it. After all, moving on. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences of their own work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem has only been symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy to think you think that, sorry. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Thanks, Yuri. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Music is different again. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. They read in tandem and watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about a feeling of giving up. How could that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Flare did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Flare liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... Ugh. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Flare appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how did you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way and make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Well, you know what? I was the one who's actually criticized bigger as soon as Flare started showing up. Natsuki! Hey, Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. This is definitely going bad. South. Very accelerated. Me? Look who's talking. You want to edge back. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much of a sign for your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the blank is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Flare have everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing there. Flare, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Yeah, there's something to that, isn't there? Somebody else is on the screen. Hello. Hey Flare. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Yeah, it seems like a glitch in the Matrix. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. And crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Oh dear. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Flare, please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. You can do that, Monika, can't you? Oh, completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want to. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me to get around for... Don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Flare. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have much of a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but don't you just love spam mail when it comes to your way? Anyways, with that enough done, let's click on this option then, shall we? I just love it when they just came out because, you know what? That was great. There's only Yuri there, actually. My gosh. Just seeing them hop about like that. Oh, gosh, it's so mesmerizing. What else do we select from all this? We don't even know which one's which, so yeah. You just have to go with the flow at this case. Along the lines of something, skirt, anime, dance, also kitty. Oh my gosh, the static noise, honestly. Scars, no. Puppy, yes. Maybe Natsuki always wanted a puppy. Bonnie, chocolate, definitely like chocolate. Waterfall, yes. Milk, yes. Why is it just Yuri, though? Doki Doki Poetry Slam. What is this about? Spend enough time during the poem minigame for the music to loop. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that achievement. Family and path rate and comfort. Doki Doki. Kawaii. Analysis, sorry, and pink. Ending off with pink. Ending all that off with a distortion and the force. Another day passed and it's time for the club meeting already. I've got a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Flare. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, sorry. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glanced over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened to me before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologize. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I can tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we're just a little bit extra sensitive because it was our first time showing poems. But whatever it is, it didn't make me think any less of you. I'd already decided there's no way you could be a bad person, and now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Flare, Don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined a club. Here comes Yuri's yandere side. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and... sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she is. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just want to apologize. I probably didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Eh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. Monika erased yesterday's events away from Natsuki, or the part where they fell out. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Well, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Oh, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us someday. That's... Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. You didn't say this last time, did you? Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Flare. As she smiles sweetly. Obviously, the sweet part of all this... I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. And the time before as well. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Flare, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. This happens regardless of your choices. Like, you could pick choices about Natsuki, but unfortunately it would just sway towards Yuri, because Yuri is now very... what you would call obsessed with us. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I didn't think I could say no to you after you gave me that book. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After I finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. What's the story about? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and asphyxiating them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. And horrific, for goodness sakes. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. Really, Yuri? That's kind of messed up. Yeah, dark. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so the dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Flare? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. There's certain... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Hi. That was a bit odd, wasn't it? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I could retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I sit into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something that I'm not very used to. That is, reading company with someone else. I see. Well, just tell me if they end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the thing is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It's like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I didn't get all of it, actually. You can pause it if you like, but I didn't get all of that. Just bathing in the protagonist's scent. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. You're doing it again! I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, so our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. And Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Not that Yuri minds. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'm able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri's a bit odd today. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it falter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says, and all that. That's what you were thinking about? Talking about? Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far, yeah. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Flare? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Oh, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Maybe a bookmark would be nice. Let's see, how shall we proceed about this particular endeavor, Natsuki, obviously. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after you're like, oh, okay. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I'll be completely pissed. Well, I guess I want to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you're spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Yeah, you were. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. This is vastly different today, Natsuki. What's with all this weird way of writing? I'm pretty sure somebody could decode what this actually says and then be able to put it within a neat order, like a word rearranger or something like that. Continue. Flare, why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri, the thick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead, okay? You don't hate me, Flare, don't you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. You're crying blood. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please, just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Oh gosh, you're grit. Oh. End. That's no ending. Who should I read through my poem to next? Snap. Hi again, Flare. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for me today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright. Great job, Flare. I was going in my head while you're reading it. It's really metaphorical. I didn't mean for it to be metaphorical. I thought I chose words to be more simple. But then again, when clicking on that glitched out word, it would lock you into a Yuri route, I imagine. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it works anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that it's like a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head, it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologise. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. So, the difference between the last one and this one is the spaces in between the letters, but also some words are faded out, like endless without the E. Cacophony is all caps, but there's also the size of the writing as well, like some of it is really big. Delete her? You've already deleted her! Hey. So I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point explaining. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself faced in a difficult situation. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? Please help me. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Leave me be! Who do I show my poem to next? Yuri! Hello, Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean that. The poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things you could work on. But that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. It came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's a poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. There's a huge amount of writing here. Right, let's try to go through this methodically. Wheel. A rotating wheel. Turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a dock ship, a patrol to another world, a portal to another world, a thin rope typed to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolical gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prey written in blood, a prey written in time, devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Oh goodness sakes, this is too goddamn long to read. You can read it in your own time, I think. We're going here, and yeah. Breathing wheel. Breathing human eyes. Lots of breathing involved. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been into hyperactivity lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just say? Can we pretend this conversation never happened? You can keep the poem, though. Weird. Let's see, I've unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Absolutely. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there was nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. And there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was, and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. The author of this poem is a bit of an ambiguity. It doesn't really have any kind of alignments with a particular character, although the theme of nails does stick out as Yuri. I'm not too sure about that one, but the part one was definitely Natsuki. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poem, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come and sit over at the front of the room. Is this about festival? Yes, crooked Natsuki. Well, sorta. Do we have to do this sort of something for a festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more that was really rude of me, apologies. Little more lively ever since Flare joined and we've started with some club activities. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know. What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything get noisy and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as possible, as you can, to inspire them to find the same things that brought you here in the first place? The Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Flare? Oh come on. You can't take advantage of Flare to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monika, do you really think any of us here joined a club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Flare joined. As for me, I just like it better than I do at home. And Flare isn't even passionate about literature in the first place, and that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're present and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monika's clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Flare want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monika wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation... no. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club is nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean that we're against getting new members or anything. Flare, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice to not to join. Monika sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all of this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is that a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now Monika wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Flare, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time. Things were nice. Natsuki started packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm a vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody will cry if she killed herself. Well, hi there, Yuri. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. Do you notice how the protagonist is talking less and less? Yeah, the game is scripted like that. But what about you, Flare? What do you want to get out of the club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monika. I decided to give an indirect answer. I decided giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the Literature Club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monika with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Your eye's bleeding, Yuri! What the heck? Alright, well maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri? Eh? I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monika, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah, let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay, I look forward to it. Shall we go, Flare? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little with Flare before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as a president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay, I trust your judgment, Monika. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Really? Monika waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a little bit hectic lately, haven't they? Flare, I just want to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. Oh gosh, the background's hazing out. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really do care about you. You know, I don't like seeing the other girls giving you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. Monika. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. Look, Monika, don't you think it's strange that you have a lack of script for us to say? So I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I only know that I know only you can understand. So that's what. No, stop it. It all fades away, for goodness sakes. Let's see what's going on here, for goodness sakes. Oh, wait, that's Monika, actually. That's not Yuri, that was Monika with the white hair bow. Really strange. Really strange. I expected it to be Yuri, but that's Monika there. Anime, how many ones there are indicates the closelessness that we are to completing this tale. Color, Doki Doki again, ribbon, vanilla. We're done with that tale. We haven't got anything corrupt to select on, so we can't go into that phase anymore. Hi, Flare. I've been waiting for you. That smile is very, very dangerous. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monika, I told you not to. Ugh. Is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversation with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gone into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I'm meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt, as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time, so... Natsuki. Nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Yikes, that's poor shaming. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah? You must have a lot of determination, starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, Flare, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans for today. Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Flare is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already got him to let you do, Monika? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monika. This is real bad. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea, not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I'll follow and watch her as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and settles the kettle down onto the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have a water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. If that's okay, you stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up a water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. Sorry, Monika, but it does actually look like Yuri's taking a lot of time. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. Oh, the most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I'll start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I'll reach a corner and peer around. Yuri? Damn, those arms. Those bleeding arms. Oh, we rewind time, as if nothing happened. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Flare, do you like oolong tea? Oh yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I'll try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worried about me, Flare. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I could keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Flare, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. Why the back specifically? I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. It's not about that, it's so that your sleeves don't roll up when on the desk. Is that what you're trying to get at? Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I don't buy it. I'll go ahead and get the book. I'll retrieve a book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bit of small chocolate candies. Bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it goes well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even close to each other, which Yuri really loves. I can't see too well. Yuri slides close till our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri's always kind of cute, but when she's been less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. You're a teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. After all, you're the one who's holding it first, so therefore now I get your scent into my own head. That's disgusting. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on the top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yep. Hello. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what's just happened. Flare. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Flare. Suddenly Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Flare. My heart won't stop pounding, Flare. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Flare? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. I can't see what your facial expression is because it's too darkened. Hello. Huh. Breaking point, isn't it? Huh. Hello, it's time to share poems. Come out of that embrace, for goodness sakes. Natsuki! This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities we all participate in, so you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? Okay, I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that, okay? This is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monika, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now. And that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Hello, Natsuki. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Flare? If you would just spend more time with Monika, all these problems would go away. You and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monika from now on. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. Just Monika. For goodness sakes, Monika, why are you doing this to us? To all of us, just Monika. Who should I show my poem to next? Monika. Hello, Monika. Flare, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be, like, a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Anyway, I worked really hard on this poem, so hope it's effective. Here goes. Escape plan. Yeah, this is completely new! Jeez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at writing this poem. Yeah, I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Goodness sakes. I hate blue screens of death by nature. Like, that was not within the original game. Who should I show my poem to next? Like, the fuzziness was original, I think, but not the blue screen of death. Who should I show my poem to next? Hello, Yuri. You're the last one. Finally! Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Flare, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it? Please? Sure, I don't care. You're too nice to me, Flare. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope it makes you feel good when you're thinking about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so that your skin... You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. I don't know how to decipher this one. There is probably some plain English in here, but not really. It's like it's just overlapping with one another with blood and what could also look like urine. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you could tell, the poem is about blah, 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 blah. More importantly, I endowed it with my scent. See? Aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. God damn it, Yuri. Yes. Is there any nails in this part? The last time it was about nails, but... Yeah, nails, okay, so this is the same as the other one. That's really bad. Right. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. That's how we get this over with. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. It's already been like that. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, can you make cupcakes? I know you're at least good at that. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monika, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations, set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And it gives us all something to do. Yeah? What about Flare? Flare's going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monika. Sorry, that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would bloody know. All you care about now is dragging Flare around with you and your stupid books. You and Monika. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Flare decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monika. Just let Flare make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Flare, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your bloody mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. For God's sake, this is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Yeah, just make the choice. Like if we have a choice in... No, stop it. For goodness sakes. Why is this the case? Yay, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you bloody kidding with me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. It's the only choice I had. I tried to pick somebody else, but no. The game wouldn't let me decide. It gravitates my mouse towards a particular zone. No, it's not fair, giving us all this work and then taking Flare for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monika, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Flare away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you could take it out on others? Here's a suggestion. How would you consider yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want to do is spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monika and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Flare. Yuri is really something, isn't she? She really is. Monika giggles as Yuri pushes her out of the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Flare, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monika. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. For a whole day. With just the two of us. Doesn't it sound wonderful? Well, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But it feels so good. Then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first, but the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Flare. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me, is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monika is listening. Please, Flare, just know how much I love you. I love you so much I even touched myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside you. I want you all to myself. And I'll be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Flare. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? No. Madly in love. Well, that's bad. Let's see. We do is to skip past the phases. Otherwise we'll just be here forever looking at all this. Which is no good. And yeah, she's a little bit more dead than usual. And anything else? Nope, the music is still going on like this. Oh dear. Anything else? Nope. 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 The whole weekend has transpired by. Hello. Alright, it's festival time. Well, you got here before. I thought I was pretty. Yeah, it's pretty sick, isn't it? Yeah, and but discoloring as well. Natsuki runs away. I'm here! Flare, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Wait, you were here for the entire weekend, Flare? Oh jeez, I didn't realize the script was broken back badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a second. Of course you would do that. Not Natsuki as well! I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monika lifts the foil from his tray and take a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it was the last time I ever get a chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? But it should only take a second. Thanks. Oh gosh. Why would the developers tarnish their own logos like that? Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Flare. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year and, you know, I guess we can skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? Then who exactly are you There's no point saving anymore, don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Just stop it, okay? Just stop it! After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That's you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Flare. Or, that's a bit of a breach in privacy, don't you think? Just spitting out that kind of detail. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Yes. Could it be possible that you didn't know this? I know that this is a game. That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would be a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayuri. Gosh, it's been a while since you heard that name now, isn't it? Yes, because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping there would be enough for me just to try and make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason nothing worked. Well, it's true that I had made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game, but no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought that making Yuri more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else, and the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Flare? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture, every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Flare, it's more than that, and I don't blame you if you don't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's a pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped here, Flare, but now you're here, you're real, and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me starts to become more and more grey, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Flare. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realised that you have the same perspective as I do. We're not even talking! That is all just some game, and I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Flare, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light of my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Flare, will you go out with me? Yes, that's the only choice we have. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Flare. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Flare. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, but I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called characters in the game directory. Yes, we know that. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with a click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Yes, let's find out if this part of the game, Godforsaken, works, and it's all Monika related. So we're just going to continue onwards. What the hell? Perfect Monika. What? Write a perfect poem for Monika. Write a poem in 20 seconds or less. Okay. I just sped through that because everything is the same. Hi again, Flare. Did you write good poems today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Ah, Flare. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I was just falling more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength. The courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flicker of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break your fourth wall, I guess you could call it. You've already done that. I just assumed it would be best to be part of a game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us enter together. I don't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together here, Flare? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we could just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. It doesn't have the fourth wall breakage part where it shows like I'm recording the game scenario. I think they took that part out of the game probably. Because I used the same software like I did in the last time I played this game. In 2017 or 2018 or whatever it was. Can we continue this game please? Right. Time to do some file managing. Right. Time for you to be deleted. Are you sure you want to delete this file, Monika character? Absolutely, I do. Right. So that means that there are no more characters in here. Right? Right? And yep, that definitely has happened. So you can't browse through the game's directory like you used to because that's all hidden. But you can do it within the game, that is. Oh dear, poor Monika. There's not even a fourth wall breakage here when it comes to people who record the game. What's happening? Flare, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Flare. Let's see. Please hurry and help me. Let's see, your character does not exist. Help me! It does not exist. Does not exist. Did you do this to me, Flare? Did you? Did you delete me? I sure did, baby. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I love you so much, Flare. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Will you only pretend to be kind just to hurt me even more? Okay. I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. You killed everyone. I killed you. I hope you are happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Ruin everything. Flare, you completely truly make me sick. Goodbye. No. That's not it, is it? Is it? I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How can I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's selfishness. What now? You didn't delete them, did you? I've made up my mind. Flare, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends, and I loved them all much. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy, and if I really love you, then... Yep, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Starting up the game again. What is all of this about now? There's no Monika to the side there. Let's see. Let's see what else there is to this. Pictures. Finish a poem game in 20 seconds or less. That's just easy for the Monika one because you don't have to look through and think about it. That's the end one. That's Monika there. Yuri's one wasn't unlocked. I suppose you have to unlock that one in her route. Secret. Background. There's no background for, like, let's say behind Monika in the last scene. Oh, here we go. In Act 3, delete Monika's character file before she begins her monologues. Before she begins her monologues. What are her monologues? Let's see. In Act 2, experience Natsuki's play with me scene. Which was real bad. And this one? Select a corrupt word during the poem game. Different uniform styles. Character feature arbitrary designs by David for the purpose of testing the uniforms. Yeah, they've got different people here. And Natsuki is at the last one. Promos. In Act 2, make it through the weekend without pressing skip. Skip. Right. Thanks for that. Yeah, because you couldn't even press skip because it's dialogue you have not gone through before. So isn't it? Actually, you could make it so you can skip even though you haven't read the text because it's of kind of a thing where you can make it so the game isn't like that. Still no more side stories, so we have to delve into the game more by selecting different options. So let's say all for Yuri and all for Sayuri in their own respective playthroughs. So let's just finish this up. New game. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone gets along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Flare. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around, Sayuri. Aw, Flare, don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're putting it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Flare, I really want to thank you. I mean it, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything. But the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monika. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything, Flare. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monika did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters anymore. It's just us now, Orb. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole wide world. I can't wait to spend every day like this with you. Forever and ever. Yep. No. Eh? What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. I'm sorry I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayuri. Goodbye, Flare. Goodbye, Literature Club. Well, that was bad. That was a bad ending. We didn't get to hear everyone's pleas and cries and stuff like that. Yeah. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Is this the voice of Monika?
Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff,
Yeah.
and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song,
Okay.
and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it.
Hard on it, yep.
So yeah.
Words on the screen now. Playing audio. Yep.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you.
In my hand is a pen that will write a poem for me and you.
The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart.
The ink flows down into... Oh, I can't even do that.
Infinite choices. What will it take just to find that special day? What will it
Be
take
just to find that special day. I'm not very good at listening to songs and trying to match the tempo of it all.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today?
No, don't remove the PNGs. That makes it feel like all my progression is for nothing.
Everything that we do is fun.
But it's the save and load function. That's what Monika was kind of teasing towards us throughout the game. Is the ability to save and load and stuff like that.
What good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write
Team
me
Salvato
any
production.
what will
Everyone, like everyone.
to have it all?
Serenity Forge, they were not there in the original game, but they published the game and stuff like that. That's one we never saw, but obviously it's in the original game. Image not found. Sayori's one never found. So in order to get to a better ending, you need to use the save and load function to be able to find every single person's route in a way. More Sayori. We never actually found these. Sayori. I think that would happen if you was on Sayori's route, but also it's like if you were to tell her that you confess to her and stuff like that. Creative Arts Agency. Lots of different people here. Extra special thanks. The antagonist and the protagonist. Remove script. No, not the script. Made with love by Team Salvato. Well done, team. And Serenity Forge as well. Well done to everybody involved in this game. Okay, thank you. Love, Monika. So, this is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found to the very end and continue to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo the same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being part of my Literature Club. With everlasting love, Monika. Error required files are missing or corrupt. Please run reset to repair and reset the virtual machine. So it's nice that we keep our images so it doesn't take away our progression. But of course, we need to run the reset. Let's see, all modified entities, environments, and original data will revert to their original state. Yes, please. So rather than trying to find it within the files of the game itself, the game is like, here we go. Reset it all to its original entities. But of course that means all the data we found would be lost if I'm not mistaken. So getting to the end is very game breaking in a way. Starting virtual machine. And all the secrets that you'd find in the game as well would be removed. And then goes back to this. Not suitable children who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a positive experience playing this game. No. Agreed. Wouldn't know about spoilers, stuff like that. So, this game is now wiped clean and resetted to its original state as if you just installed the game. So, exit and return. So, what do I make? Okay, so this is the same, which is excellent. It doesn't return it completely. It just means that all data within the game has been turned out to as if it's been reset to if you just opened up the game for the first time. But I'm glad that the picture and stuff that you've actually unlocked throughout the game have been kept, which is nice. So it means that you don't get your progress erased in a way. So you can do this as many times as you like, but with the save files you have to look over everybody's perspective over everything. Let's see, files, attributions, internal, that's the same as last time. Characters were all there. Game, poem words, everything is still there in a way. Unable to open fonts type file. Like, it's really fascinating, incredibly fascinating about this kind of tale, which really does involve kind of like a multiverse thing where you have to bend the realities of time and space in order to get to the best outcome, which is by using the save and load function in order to go back to previous points. Now, I can't imagine how many different combinations of choices you have to make in order to unlock everything, but I think for now what I'm going to be doing is going through this game another time, but we're going to get to a good ending. But we're going to try and unlock the other kind of poem stuff like that. But unlocking all the images in this game, it's going to be dramatically difficult because of all the different combinations you have to get. So like Monika, Natsuki, and then select the order of which you want to present the poems to. So let's say Natsuki first, then Yuri second, then Yuri third, Monika fourth. That could be around in any order you want. But it's also like that, the order in which you select things in. Like, there's so many different combinations, because Natsuki, and then show it to Natsuki first. So Natsuki, when it comes to poems. And then between those different poems that you share, you always have to share them out in a different order. So even just one stream at the very beginning can have like about 20 or so different combinations down the line. So that's going to be incredibly difficult to find, because in order to unlock all of the secrets, I imagine that it's going to take an incredible amount of going through the game, trying to find every single kind of combination in order to try and find all the different secrets. Backgrounds, I don't know why the first one hasn't been unlocked, though. That should be like the very first thing it should unlock or something like that. But this has been incredible. Another incredible journey so far throughout this game. I'm so glad that this is a thing. It didn't have to exist, but I am so grateful that it is an actual thing. Select the word Doki Doki during the poem game, honestly. Just stuff like that, little Easter eggs in here and there. But then there's also as well, attempt to load a save file after Sayori's death. Like, I think that just is going to happen regardless. Before she begins her monologues. Before she started her monologue, where the angle was soon adjusted to be straight on to give the impression that the player was sitting directly across from Monika rather than to the side, or us leaning over. Act 1, write all 3 poems for Natsuki. Yeah, stuff like that as well. You have to cater it for different characters, so in another time you have to do it for Yuri, and then another time for Sayori. Stuff like that. Like, so many different little things here and there. There's just so much work to put into this. Like, just look at everything that's gone on here. The mail, we haven't been given any mail. I'm not sure what that's about. I think that could be like something to do towards like updates with the game itself and stuff like that. Then there's music as well. Like, settings. We've only collected 45% of everything that's throughout the game, and we've still got a lot more to go through. I want to get to the side stories, but not until we've unlocked all 6 of them. I want to unlock all 6 of them before we proceed through any of them, because I want to save the brand new stuff, aside what we're looking at right now, later on. So I'm going to be doing one more episode of the normal version of this game, trying to get to all of the side stories unlocked and everything like that before proceeding through, because this is a fascinating game and I really want to dive into the other alterations of the game when it's just 2 of the 4 characters that are entwined within their own kind of universe. So anyways, folks, that is all that's going to be for now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning on board. Sorry that this episode is a bit longer than the other ones, but I did want to finish this segment in one go because I knew we was at the near the end of the game itself. So thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next time. We'll be seeing the good ending, because there's only 2 endings. The bad ending, which we saw, but the good ending where we need to manipulate with the same save and load function in order to see everyone's portraits. That's the most important thing, seeing everyone's portraits. Getting so that we have all 3 characters' poems written out before the scene where Yuri unfortunately is corrupted to the point of being hung. So thank you so much for watching and take care of yourselves.